Okay, so welcome to $2 million later, our complete cold calling system for 2025. So I've been working on this for a while. I wanted to share everything we do and what we've learned. So step one is we have a pretty detailed onboarding form for clients now. So we go into everything from like basically everything that we did with cold email, company size, all of this stuff, and then also some cold call related scripting. Like we have something called a founder's close, where like let's say somebody doesn't want to book right away, or like actually have permission from our founder to offer you this. So that's probably the first thing. This is the new form that we're using. The second is we have a whole video explaining to our clients the psychology of cold outreach, both cold outreach in general as well as why cold calling is a little bit different from cold email or from LinkedIn. I think that's really important to understand too. The next thing is we have a video on like our scripting lessons from all of our campaigns and what we've learned. We give this to clients as well to watch. And then we also have a few templates, but this is the main one that's been the most effective. So we actually split it up into different pieces in terms of sequencing, in terms of what works the best. We found this is true for all of our most successful clients. We kind of did it by accident, and now we do it intentionally. The next thing that we have here is how to set up Calendly and flows that mirror ours. So what we did is when we first started cold calling, the first big issue we had is the show rate versus cold email or versus LinkedIn. So our show rate was 35%, and they were pretty qualified leads. So we're like, how do we bump it up to 75% or more? And we just used these flows. So I had a couple friends with agencies that had really good Calendly flows. I took the best of what they were doing, and then a lot of the messaging that we do for healthcare, and that solved a lot of these issues. And we just have our clients copy those. The next thing that we do is we help our clients set up Calendly automations. So a lot of our clients can do it themselves, no problem. If they have trouble figuring it out, our team just steps in and does it now because it's not worth. If the client doesn't do it, the show rates aren't good. So we just step in and do it for them, and then read our automated follow-up guide. So we do automated follow-up. And we have the client scripted, and we do follow-up calls, we do follow-up emails. However, the manual follow-ups for our best clients, they were always doing manual. So one of the things we realized is the reason a lot of leads won't get on a call is they don't trust the owner or the company enough to do it. So we looked at what our best clients were doing and what we were doing in our organization for our follow-ups, because I just assumed you had to call your leads once a week that weren't, because basically a lot of times with cold calling or with cold email or with LinkedIn, the big issue with agencies is they get somebody who's interested, but they're not quite ready to book a call. And a lot of times the reason they don't want to book a call is because they need something personal. They want to talk to the founder. They want to talk to the VP. They want to talk to the person in charge. They want to feel like that person cares about them. And a lot of times, like, those leads get lost because if the client doesn't reach out, it's hard to do. And so we give you 4 different strategies that are all really effective to reach those people. The next thing that we do is we have a 4-point client communication system. I believe the best reason or the biggest reason that agencies struggle with is the agency has no agency. So what do I mean? You have the scraping team, you have the cold call team, you have the cold email team, you have the LinkedIn team, you have the client, you have us. Everyone's doing their own little thing. They're like, I'm getting leads, right? Meanwhile, the client is calling all the leads, they're having trouble or no one's talking to each other. Like, all you're doing is looking at analytics all day, looking at Zoom, looking at what's going on. You have no idea what's really going on. We have some clients where they're barely getting any leads, but the deal sizes are so large that they've closed 7 figures because of us. We have other clients that are getting a ton of leads, but they're having trouble with their sales process. Or maybe there's a show rate issue. And all these things are things that you don't know. So one thing that we do is we do bi-weekly client calls with our sales manager. The sales manager is like in between us and the caller. He's like half us, half the caller. So the feedback loop is really fast. We also do monthly check-in calls with the executive team, and then the clients know they can always reach us. They can always book into our calendar. And then the next thing that we do is we teach our clients in advance, okay, here's how you start the call. Here's how you deal with no-shows. Here is what to do when they don't show. Here's how to tell us. So every possible scenario, if somebody books a call, what to do. If somebody doesn't book a call, what to do, how to follow up, how to no-show. Everything that we can do for the client, we do for the client. But the things that we can't do as well as the client, that we don't have deep market knowledge, especially in something like healthcare or something like finance, we give the client as much help as possible. We're like, hey, here's 4 strategies. We know these work. Pick one, do it once a week for your warm leads. And that's worked really, really well for us. A lot of times as an agency, you try to do too little or you try to do too much. And we want to do as much as we possibly can. And then the things the client can do better than us, we want to empower them to do it. Because at the end of the day, like, our job is to make the customer happy. The customer doesn't care who's doing what. The customer cares about what experience they have. So everything is done in that point of view. If you guys have any questions about this, let me know. You can DM me. You can go to Mirraponte Marketing. You can go to manoshealth.com. Otherwise, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.